Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Plat. We're back in Magic the Gathering Arena, and welcome to part one of the GRIXIS control deck that I'm presenting you today. This is part one. I've decided I'm going to probably start doing a part one, part two for some of my more favorite decks, just so you can see more games on how the game, how the deck actually plays, because sometimes 3 or 4 games isn't always enough. So if you can see basically twice that many games, it might give you a better idea. I'll let you know in part 2 if I make any changes to the list or anything like that. I know what you're saying. You don't really just want us to see more games. You just want to get twice the YouTube videos out of each deck. And that is slightly true as well. But this also makes it easier on me to, time-wise. I don't have enough time to play as much Magic as I want, even with streaming, and to try out as many decks as I want. So it'll help me get you guys more videos. It'll help you see the decks a little bit more. And I think it's really just a win-win all around. But enough about that. Let's actually talk about the deck. In part 1, I'll talk about the deck. Part 2, I'm probably not going to go into it as much. So this is the good spot to start. So this is a pretty typical GRIXIS control. When you're playing GRIXIS control, what are you looking at? You're looking at Nicol Bolas. This is kind of the core card of the deck in a lot of ways. He doesn't do as much work as I would expect, though. He is very powerful, but he doesn't do that much on his own. He really gets powerful when your opponent has planeswalkers or you have your other planeswalkers out. He's sometimes a win condition, but still a 5 mana, draw a card, draw a card, draw a card could be pretty good. Or 5 mana to destroy a creature, then draw a card, draw a card. Like, he obviously gets a lot of work done. Some of the cards that really stand out as being super powerful are Enter the God Eternals. You've probably heard me talk about this card a bunch, but damn, in these creature matchups, even like mono red, even mono white, if you're managed, to stabilize on the board early enough, this card just absolutely seals the deal. Then it's really good against things like Sultai, any kind of Explore package, this usually can destroy it. Especially a combination with this and Widespread Brutality. If you could do this to deal 4 damage, the next turn you're doing 6 damage AoE to everything. Very powerful combo. Overall, this deck, you can see a lot of 2-ofs, a lot of 3-ofs, and like several 1-ofs. And that might seem weird, but honestly, it felt really good. When I was playing this deck, I kind of always felt like I had an answer I wanted. We're obviously running 4-ofs of the must-have cards, the AoE removal, the Thought Erasures, the Nicol Bolases. This card could probably be bumped up to a 4-of, but it's kind of dead in some control matchups. Other things that I think were really powerful, I was always happy to top deck a Bolas. Moment of Craving, basically, one of the best 2-spot, 2 mana cost removals. Cast down's better at more targets, but this healing is very, very relevant in a lot of the matchups where the card's relevant at all. Cast down is already dead against Esper, is really good against mono red, mono white, mono blue, and the 2 life can absolutely give you the time you need to stabilize. Angrass Rampage, damn, this card, I thought there'd be too many planeswalkers in the meta for it to be good for planeswalker removal. No way, man. This card is always good, like 100% of the time. It's good against control, it's good against aggro, it's good against mid-range. This card just gets what you want no matter what. This card could be bumped up to a 4-of, I think. There is some flexible slots here. As you can see, this feels like kind of a shell while we're trying to test cards to see what's powerful enough, but I actually just really like the way it felt. 1 Bedevil does give us slightly more planeswalker removal and creature removal. It's kind of like, it's basically we're running it instead of a Vraska's, so we can get it down 1 turn earlier, and sometimes it could remove a creature for us, just a turn earlier, which could save us life, more than 2 life, which Vraska's gives us. Narset, I only drew this card like 1 or 2 times as a 1-of. I didn't draw it that much even for it. Like I drew Bedevil quite a few times, but this one, not very much. Your opponent can't draw more than 1 card. Pretty good in the control matchup. Doesn't really matter besides that. But in the mono red matchup, it is pretty good as a 3 mana, gain 3 life and put a dope card in your hand, right? You can look at the top 4 cards, put one of them in your hand, and then they're gonna hit it for 3 or lightning bolt it a lot of times. Which is just like good, it's pretty good value for 3 mana. Overall, this card felt powerful and useful every time I drew it. God Eternal Kefnet, I've mentioned before how I'm not sure how I feel about this card, and I still feel the same. A 4 mana, 4/5 flyer is a monster, honestly. Just a body alone is good enough to play. Its effect, though, it felt so rarely did it ever come into play. Like, I might have just been in trouble. Like, maybe I just got top deck screwed, right? But I never saw it commence the end game. I never saw God Eternals. It was like I got, one time I got a Bedevil, then I got like Angrass Rampage, and I got a Widespread Brutality where I got no discount or 1 discount. You still get the copy, though, which is relevant, but a lot of times it would just whiff entirely as well. Not terrible, but He doesn't do as much work as I feel his text implies that he should. My God, this card right here, Tamio's Epiphany, 4 mana, sorcery speed, terrible. But scry 4 and then draw 2 cards. This might as well be, a lot of times this feels like tutor your fucking deck for whatever you want. You need land, you got land. You need a planeswalker, it gets you planeswalkers. You need removal, it gets you removals. You get to potentially go 6 cards deep for 4 mana, which is absolutely crazy. This card was always wanted in your hand. There were times in super aggressive matchups, it didn't, it was just a little too slow. If you missed your land drop, a lot of times I'd be like stuck on 3 land and it's like, I wish this was an opt right now. But most of the time, this card is absolutely nuts. I love this card. Vraska's Contempt, obviously one of the best removals in the game. Widespread Brutality, obviously potentially the best AoE removal in the game besides something like Kaya's Wrath. But this is like a one-sided board sweep most of the time where you get a fat creature that if you already have an army out, like if you entered the God Eternals, you have a 4/4, then you Widespread Brutality, clear the entire board, then you have an attacking 6/6 with no blockers. It's like very, very good AoE removal. Maybe not as guaranteed as Kaya's Wrath, but it does have way more potential upside. And it's a little bit easier to cast mana-wise. And then these one-ofs. Commence the Endgame is a card. The issue is with these one-ofs here is all 3 of our top end here are insane cards that I want to see every game. But like you can't run 4 Ugins, 4 Lilianas, 4 Commence the Endgames. I'm running 1 of each because one, it's kind of a tough slot to fight for. This is very powerful stuff. These are all 6 mana, all insanely powerful. Ugin, I think, might be the most powerful out of all of them. Just 6 mana, and then you get a 2/2. Then you get a 2/2, then you get a 2/2, or then when these 2/2 dies, you draw cards from them, essentially, and you already know what those cards are, so you could choose to kill your own cards if you need to get the cards faster. Or you could destroy basically anything in the game, with his -3. Liliana's really good if they're dropping those Carnage Tyrants. I actually wouldn't mind running like a Mastermind's Acquisition in here, just for maybe some of these other things. Like, I think I should run a second Ugin in here, honestly. Again, this deck is still kind of modular, but I really recommend you play this deck. Watch the clips to follow. You can see really how powerful this deck is and how surprisingly consistent it could be as long as you're making those land drops. We are running 26 lands, which is not that much for a control deck, honestly, because you need those lands. We're getting up to 6 mana, ideally. We want to be dropping our 5 drops on 5. We want our 4 mana on 4. We don't want to be missing many land drops throughout the course of the game. Anyway, guys, if you like what you see, I stream this live on Twitch Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I hope to see you there, and look forward to part 2 coming tomorrow. Peace out. I want to not know. It's kind of fun being surprised. Oh my God, this hand is way playable. What's wrong with it? God Eternal Kefnet. I don't know if I like that card yet. I was gonna say I like it. I'm not sure. It hasn't, like, when I read the text, I like the card, but it hasn't done anything. I haven't had it really go off and be like, wow, that's really good. I might have just gotten unlucky with it. Because obviously a 4 mana 4/5 flyer is nuts. Thorn Lieutenant is pretty nuts as well. Nullhide, you can't choose that. 3 mana 2/2 Death Touch is terrible. 3 mana 5/4 is disgusting though. If he plays Blanchwood Armor on this, we just gotta have him sacrifice it, which is really good. Yes. That is what we want. Target player sacrifices a creature. That's you, buddy. We did have to take 5 damage there, but, he doesn't get a 1/1 out of it. We do need a other land. We need several lands, but at least one more. Oh. Oi Malloy. Oh my God. We're getting fucked today. We do get to kill his whatever, his stupid thing. Oh, he's gonna play Nullhide. Okay. Trying to get rid of our removal. Oh my shit. What the fuck's going on with this land? Absolutely crazy. We have removal, but it's like we're almost out. And I would rather use like efficient removal than... Okay, thank God. Alright, now we're like in the game. If he doesn't have removal for this, we're in the game. decline. Does it have trample? It doesn't. It has hexproof though. I think I draw a card here. That's very, very good.
Throughout the multiverse.
We will chump block it to keep it alive, more than likely.
My schemes
No attacks. What'd you get rid of? Null hide. It doesn't count as discard, so that's good. Oh, a 5/5 double strength on everything. Okay. It doesn't have trample though, luckily. It does have vigilance though. Yeah. Because this is removes that also, if I want it to. I will take action. Maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't have. I'm still trying to learn when I should do that. Enter the God Eternals. Destroy target creature, planeswalker. I think I do just destroy that.
I will return one day.
Okay, he's on his way back. Maybe I should have +1. He would have just sacrificed the land, though. I think we have to get rid of this and draw a card, right? Because if we get this out, we're in a way better spot. Alright, we just need a land. That's quite nice. I will make you sacrifice 2 creatures.
Loyal and let's reduce the battle to shambles.
Oh. I don't know. I don't think I need a card. I think I can make a 2/2 zombie. Nice. That's cool. I think we got this. I think we got over the hump. I'm sorry. Nightbot, nah. So what team did you join? It should say below. It should say here, I'll open my stream for you. Plus, you know, it's obviously good, I assume, for internal growth. It's got like 66 members or something, I think. I need to do more reading on it about if there's anything else required of me. Enter tap. I don't think so, though. I like this hand a lot. This is a very control-heavy hand. I will make you sacrifice that. Because I don't want Curious Obsession. Is this instant? No, this is sorcery, so you gotta do it now. Swamp Island. Oh, that's pretty nice. He's gonna flash in a Merfolk Trickster here. Right, it's gotta be it's the only play. Unless he's gonna double opt. That's what I thought. So this is gonna get Curious Obsession and then dive down. This does dive down. This does protect him from dive down. Oh, no Curious Obsession. Interesting. Okay. I guess we attempt the Vraska's Contempt it, right? On his turn. And make, because we want him to spend the mana on his turn. He already has the mana up. He already wasn't using it for anything. Alright, so we didn't make him use the mana on his turn, but we got to guarantee removal instead. Maybe we should have... It is possible that we should have let him resolve it, and then when he goes to attack, make him use a counter, then we get double widespread brutality. We just gotta jam it. I think that Vraska's play was a bad play. He's gonna just Wizard's Retort. I mean, he might negate or something, or Spell Pierce, but it's likely Wizard's Retort. And because it never resolves, like, what else do you do? Yeah, I think that Vraska's play was incredibly bad. We should have forced him to counter the Vraskas. That way, we could have resolved a Widespread Brutality. And we'd have a 2-2, and he'd have no 2-2s. Mono blue is hard to play against. You have to make plays that you wouldn't normally make. Like wanting a certain spell to get countered so you can resolve another one. And this actually gets countered by that too. Just nuts. Oh, but so. Target player sacrifices a creature. He has to have exactly Spell Pierce. If he's either going to counter this, or he's going to use this to counter it. I guess we'll see exactly what he's got. And then Widespread Brutality is likely to resolve almost no matter what. Hey, I hear the Ice Cream Man outside. All right, he is going to sacrifice that to counter that. Well, then no, he just let it resolve. Okay, damn. He let it resolve because he knew sacrificing would do the same thing. Okay. For some reason, some people would be cheeky and use the counter ability and not keep the mana up, but he must have exactly the mana he needs. We really need Thought Eraser. Thought Eraser can win us the game right now. He's getting pretty unlucky with not getting this Curious Obsession, but we're also not getting our Thought Erasers, so, you know, we're both getting unlucky. That's fucking terrible. 1, 2, 3. No, we don't have enough to resolve Bolus. We just have to just let him keep hitting us in the face, and we might lose. This is mono player gets to play Magic the Gathering, right? He has 1, 2, 2 out, and he just keeps counter spells up every turn for all time. And our only counterplay is a card that we don't have, Thought Eraser. Because then he would have to counter it, then we'd get to resolve something. Well, this is kind of like, this is similar. It's a 2-mana play. Thought Erasure. Nope, it completely whiffs, of course. Well, that's it. It's a good game. We have to make him use his counter. The only way to win now is to make him use a counter right now. And then next turn, if he runs out of counters, we can Nicol Bolas this in the face. And so it doesn't hit us for 12 damage. But there's nothing we can do. The only bad play we had was Vraska's Contempt to kill his guy when we should have forced him to counter it, so we could have gotten both of his guys with one spell instead. So, I mean, it is a bad play, of course. I wish he'd play a little bit faster, though. Mono Blue's already my least favorite matchup, and it's not that hard to play. All right, well, we got to resolve something. Basically, regardless, he has to have 2 counter spells, which he might, but it's super unlikely. All right, does he have both counter spells? He does. He might have Dive Down. Oh.
All will bow before Nicol Bolas.
He has Dive Down because it paused. He might have Opt, but he hasn't used any Dive Down. So the second we target this, he gets +3. You know, we whiff, and then this guy dies to this. But it keeps me alive for a turn, lets me draw a card, and heals me 5 or 6. Gets a Dive Down out of his hand. Is that better than drawing a card right now and then drawing an extra card? If I draw a card and he goes up to 5, he could still kill in a one shot. It would still heal me the same, but it won't get a Dive Down. Do I want to get a Dive Down out of his hand more, or do I want to draw a card more? I think I just want to get the Dive Down out of his hand. Like, I don't, it's not a good line of play. I'm not sure which one's better. Oh.
Defiance.
Well, and then there's always the chance that he doesn't have it, I suppose. Maybe he just had full control on. If this guy gets to draw us a card, we're in a really good spot right now. I'll block that 10 times out of 10. He gets to sacrifice lands. Oh my god, it's fucking Ugin. Alright, even if this is a counter, we don't care. Because that means this guy lives again.
Curiosity and wonder drive civilization, not petty war. Another bathe in ghost fire.
Okay. We have a chance. It looks like we may have gone over the hump. He just ran out of... He didn't have the right answer at the right time anymore. Shit, yeah, okay. Oh, baby. Ugin. Ugin, talk sexy to me. Man, that went so smoothly. We should not have won that. Ah. This is more like it. Too many lands, but... Too many lands is not that disgusting. When we have insane surveil draw. And we have some early control and surveil. Like, we have hand fixing. Against mono red, this hand is disgustingly bad. But our last hand would have been nuts against mono red. Yeah, we'll take it, light up the stage. Nope. Nope. I mean, we have nothing else to play on 3. But we just need removal. Like, I'd rather not play anything. I mean, that does heal us for 3, and lets us fix our draw again, but we need a removal piece, man. This is like, it feels like the gods have lined up. We might draw it, but it feels like the gods have lined up to ensure that we have the worst possible draws for the decks we're going up against. Last game, our hand would have been awesome against this deck. This game, like, it's fucking ridiculous. So keeping that Thought Eraser was not keeping it was a mistake. Hindsight, it's a mistake. Who knows if it was a mistake in the moment. I guess it was a guaranteed play. Okay. I feel like that's a weird play over risk factor. I guess he wants to just get rid of all the cards in his hand first. Okay, we got a Bolus, but like, right, we're gonna play our fat boy. Bolus is decent because it could get us another removal piece, but it could do that next turn. We will decline. You will take the cards. We have healing in the deck, and we need it now. All right, you got light up the stage, I guess. Light up the stage is scary to do on 0 mana, but I guess he has 4, so he'll be able to get it through it regardless. What does this do? You draw, whenever you reveal an instant or sorcery card, you may copy that card and may cast the copy. It costs 2 less to cast when God enters, is put into exile. Okay. Cool. I don't have double red. Cancel. Decline. I don't even have double red for it. Well, that's fucking wonderful, isn't it? Well, isn't that fucking wonderful? No attacks. Oh my god. If this would have been the card we would have gotten, we'd be in a really good spot right now, but of course we don't even have double red. Oh my god. Christ almighty, we're getting our butts kicked. Yeah, it puts me down to 3. No, decline. We've got to do it, right? It's a sorcery, so we have no choice. We'll mill ourselves. He has risk factors, and he might get an extra risk factor if we mill him. We need more of those, please. We get another 3 of them, we're in a good spot. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can't. If that's 3 damage, we instantly lose. Okay, that's not good. I hope he knows. That is my double red. Let's play this first. No, don't tap our red. Black, black. Blue. And black. Because we could pay this for 2. Ooh. I like Ugin the most here. I don't think that's good enough. I don't want that. Do I want Nicol Bolas? No, not really. Ugin creates 2/2s and draws me cards, which is just really good. Oh, that's so nice too. Oh, I don't have enough mana anymore. Uh-oh. I didn't do the math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I thought, for some reason, I thought I'd have 4 mana when I played a land. Probably because I had a copy of this that cost 3, and this got stuck in my head. All right. Gonna attack all out. All right, well, decline. Combat. All right, we got it. He saw the widespread brutality. Well, he already knew we had it, but he knew we were gonna clear his board. The perfect card that avoids. It's the only card they could have tapped out and played that would have lived as a planeswalker. Oh, we got 4 lands. If it's mono red, we're in trouble in the beginning, but we have chance to come back. I like these lands. This is a pretty one. Maybe pretty is the wrong word. It's dope. Oh, mono, fuck you. God damn it. Oh, we're never gonna beat mono blue. We're gonna have to do the same thing as we did last time. We're gonna have to Vraska's Contempt on their turn. Didn't make to have their mana go down, and if they have Spell Pierce, it means it's game over already. You know what? We'll keep it. No, we won't. It's fine. We'll get one of the counters out of their hand. We need widespread brutality to land. All right. He must have dive down, and not Wizard's Retort. This is a wizard, right? No, that's a warrior. So he could have Wizard's Retort, dive down. Not Spell Pierce though. That is a wizard. All right, we're planning on him to counter this Vraska's Contempt, but we need him to use the mana on his turn. That way on our turn, we could hopefully resolve a spell. We don't care about ops. Because we don't care about killing this. We care about using widespread brutality to kill it. We don't care about the damage. He doesn't have Curious Obsession. Okay. Get rid of one of his 1/1s. All right. Damn it, that resolved. Well, we know what we're doing. It landed. It's a good start. Is he not running any counter spells? That's a wizard, not Wizard's Retort. Is he literally only have his dive downs? Grixis, all right, he gets in for 2 damage. So he might have had a counter, but wanted to use Trickster so bad that he didn't care. Okay, we need something big. We need something big. That's not it, but... I'd rather him counter this. I can't play this in the same turn because it's kind of expensive, but if he has a Merfolk Trickster, it doesn't really matter. I'd rather resolve this. This is important. This gets me Ugin and shit. He's down to 2 cards though, man. What can he do here? Mono blue is just always like a fucking guessing game. You never know. All right, we're just gonna play this because now we don't care if this resolves as much. We have better cards. I do want the land. Being able to play multiple spells in a turn is pretty important. Now, when do we try to get Ugin to resolve? Ever? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 3. Alright, do we play around Dive Down? Dive Down could be a good thing to play around, or we just try to get that Widespread Brutality out there. We just try to do the Widespread Brutality and win the game instantly. This could also win the game basically instantly. If he has Dive Down, it keeps it alive, but it keeps it alive against both of these, and at least we end up here with a 6/6. Is it enough? Does he have all his Merfolk Tricksters? Because it's like a great card, but it's not that good against what we're doing. 1, 2. He has 2 of them. That could be his 3rd. I mean, we had 3 Widespread Brutalities. No matter what he puts, we're just gonna jam our Ugin. Because if he counters it, we don't really care. We don't care. Wink it.
Your past is unwritten.
Let's go. I think we won. Ugin's pretty hard to beat.
Ether itself serves me.
6/6 zombie. Let's go. It's a swamp. We don't even want that. Blink of an eye. All right. He did draw a card. He might have drew a counter. He did not. Blink. Create 2/2s. Hey, another bolus. Let's go. Liliana could get that, even if he has a Dive Down. We'll mill you. It's probably a Dive Down, right? Blink of an eye. We still get the stuff. Thank you. Yeah, the Planeswalkers were just running away with efficiency. Good game though. I really like that one.